Batman Arkham Asylum was not what I was expecting at all, and in today's episode of Gr8 we're going to explore exactly why. If you want to skip to a specific section of the video, there are time codes on screen now and also in the description. That being said guys, spoiler warning from this point onwards. Alright, let's jump right into it. Our story begins with Batman transporting the Joker to Arkham Asylum for the criminally insane. This place is absolutely chock-a-block with people who want Batman dead.
I've got your scent, Batman. I will hunt you down.
Jesus Christ!
Something doesn't feel right, and everyone's a bit on edge. Turns out that feeling is completely warranted because the Joker escapes as soon as he gets a moment away from Batman, and he ends up taking over the entire island with help from Harley Quinn from the inside. Batman does attempt to stop the Joker, but he escapes. So as we travel deeper into the asylum to stop the Joker, we find out that the Arkham staff have been performing these horrific experiments on the inmates, including Bane, this roided up fuckboy. They've been extracting the venom steroid juice from his veins, which the Joker intends to steal to create an army of roided up clown boys to take over Gotham. To distract us from all of this, Harley Quinn kidnaps Commissioner Gordon. They have guns trained on him, and if any of the goons in the room get even a whiff of Batman's panties, they'll straight up just kill Gordon. Alright, there's only one way to do this, boys. Stealth and precision. You know, just let me fucking... Oh, fuck.
You're a fucking idiot.
Oh, shit. The Joker has also freed a lot of Batman's previous villains to try and slow us down. One of these being Scarecrow, who attempts to date rape us, taking us into our own personal nightmare, repetitive boss fights.
Yeah.
This is so effective that Scarecrow's got us by the bat balls, but then suddenly... Baccarilla Rogue. What the fuck? Batman gets so distracted by other villains that the Joker gets his hands on the formula and begins to create his army. Batman has absolutely no choice but to try and take him down one-on-one. So there's a little bit of a boss fight, and out of boredom, the Joker just roids up and transforms into my fucking nan. And at the end of it all, the Joker's downfall is brought upon not by Batman's genius, but by the fact he doesn't trim his stanky fucking nails.
It's disgusting.
This game's story was not what I was expecting at all. I thought it would be more like this, like but in truth it was actually more like this. Yep, this is a fucking emergency, mate. This game's story was way darker than I thought it was going to be. Not that that is a bad thing at all, I loved it in fact. Seeing the twisted and dark history of Arkham Asylum and delving into its horrific experiments that the doctors must have performed on the inmates, it was so engrossing. Listening to the Joker's constant beratement of Batman over the asylum speakers gave a wonderful insight to his state of mind.
Alright, the reason why the coronavirus started because of pussy ass Batman.
As much as I like Batman, I'm not a huge fan of it, but this game made me really interested in the wider scope of the Batman villains and their history, even the stupid ones like Calendar Man. There's just so much for fans of Batman to find, with Easter eggs hinting at different villains around every corner. The villains in this game are what make it for me. Seeing how twisted and deranged each one is and being able to listen to their personal interviews with doctors, which are hidden around Arkham, gives an amazing insight to their characters. Some of the villains in this game that you hardly see get more character development than most main video game protagonists. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Dante, you cuck. The entire game is just so drenched in optional little details that you can seek out if you want to, and as much as narratively these bosses are incredibly engaging and interesting, the actual boss fights that accompany them, that couldn't be further from the truth. Ugh, this game gave me severe Devil May Cry 2 vibes when it comes to bosses. Just like that game, with every single boss there's just so much standing around just waiting for the boss to do something. There's even a boss where the entire premise is to walk as slow as you possibly can so Killer Croc can't sense you. I tried to game the system by using my grappling hook to speed it up, you know, like oh, I guess I can't do that? Oh, right. Not only are these bosses mechanically really simple, they also repeat throughout the game. Scarecrow's fight, for example, looks awesome, and the first time you go through it, it's really intimidating and really cool, but it repeats 3 fucking times throughout the game. Jesus Christ, it just takes the charm from each one of these boss fights and just grinds it into fucking dust by the end.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah? Would you like to see our selection of Bane boss fights on the menu, sir? Sure. Delightful, sir. We of course have Bane himself, Jumbo Clown Bane with a side order of Fuggies, Bone Bane, Chicken Bane, Double Jumbo Clown Bane with Fuggies, and our special of this evening is Joker Bane with 2 Jumbo Clown Banes and Fuggies on top. What the? That's a lot of fucking Banes, mate! How can you have so many of the game's boss fights be just reskins of a previous one? In the game's story, Batman states that the Joker is planning to make an army of 1,000 Banes. Boy, I fucking hope not, because these boss fights are tedious as fuck! Oh, fuck. Well, it's a bit rough to start off on the negative, but luckily, these boss fights are in stark contrast to the actual moment-to-moment gameplay in the game. The combat in this game is addictive for me. It just feels so connective and fluid. Just watch how Batman moves, the way he counters attacks and flows from Fuggy to Fuggy. But this is all through an incredibly simple combat system. The combat, when boiled down, just consists of 2 buttons, attack and block. That's it. And through that comes this incredible dance that is just so fun to watch. The combo system that accompanies this combat also encourages patience by timing your attacks and blocks rather than just mindlessly button mashing, which takes this incredibly simple combat system and makes it even more rewarding. Something else that rewards patience is the stealth combat of the game. At certain points in the game, Batman has to use stealth rather than brute force. Batboy has to do this because he can't deal with bullets, which is completely fair, mate, neither can I, but if these armed guards see you, you're dead, mate, they'll gun you down. So he has to use his gadgets to gain an advantage on his foes, using his grappling hook to reach higher vantage points, using a remote-controlled batarang to knock people out from far away, setting explosive traps and luring thugs into them. He can even use his detective mode to see through fucking walls. What the fuck? With these gadgets, you just get so much choice for how you want to tackle each situation, and through the upgrade system, you can target specific gadgets that you want to upgrade if you favour them in battle. This game just has the perfect mix of action and stealth, and it really makes you feel like a man-bat. Even though separately the combat and stealth sections are incredibly fun and engaging, I wish the game gave more choice to the player in what way they would like to approach these combat situations. In its current state, as you walk into a room, you can instantly tell whether it's a combat or a stealth section. This did start to make each combat section feel a little bit forced and video gamey. I wish you could tackle combat situations in your own way and it allowed you to choose your own preferred gameplay style rather than it just being forced. The most disappointing thing is that there are aspects of this in the gameplay, like how there are multiple ways to get into this building. You can either go through the front, guns blazing, or you can sneak in on top of the roof. This was awesome and just frustrated me even more that this form of choice was not incorporated into the combat. I hope this is something they address in the sequels. Luckily, this was something they incorporated into the exploration as a whole. When I first started playing this game, I thought it was just going to take place in the damp, dank corridors of Arkham Asylum, but this game is way more open than I first thought. The map is surprisingly big, and for the most part, you have full reign over the entire island. I was just really not expecting this game to have so many Metroidvania elements to it, with backtracking to previous areas and using newly acquired gadgets to gain access to more areas and secrets. These secrets aren't hidden around every corner either. Sometimes I'd explore and think I was on the trail of some secret and it would just lead to some dead end or empty storage room.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
This didn't frustrate me at all, it made the game feel more immersive for me. This made Arkham feel like a real place rather than just some video game playground. As much as this aspect of the game is amazing, it's a shame that the only rewards I ever found were Riddler trophies. And on top of that, unfortunately, detective mode made everything way too easy to find. When in detective mode, it outlines breakable walls and even the secrets behind them. I just wish the game actually made you rely on spotting these things yourself and make you feel like the world's greatest detective like Batman's meant to be, rather than just turning on fucking bullshit hacking eyeball mode. But, to be completely fair to the detective mode, I think it's warranted, because in this story, Batman is a fucking idiot. The way this game portrays Batman is amazing. He's just such a badass and he doesn't take shit from anyone. But for the world's greatest detective, my god is he a fucking idiot. Alright, let's put ourselves in Batman's shoes. We have infinite wealth, access to many different gadgets for whatever situation that comes up. We have a Batmobile and a flying Batwing, both that can drive themselves and equipped with really useful gadgets that we could use. And yet, when all of his past villains are released all at once, he doesn't call on them at all. Well, he does, but not until about 3/4 into the fucking game. Alright, let's play devil's advocate for a little bit. There can't be that many gadgets inside the vehicles. It's not like he has access to the Batcave or anything. He's trapped on Arkham Island. Oh wait, Batman built a fully fucking functioning Batcave on Arkham Island just in case, and he has incredibly useful gadgets stored there, and he doesn't decide to go there until he needs to do some research. You could have got those gadgets instantly. And not only that, after getting the first gadget, he returns 5 hours later into the game, and he upgrades the exact same gadget with the materials already in the Batcave. Why didn't you do that in the first place? Are you fucking dense? Oh, I know this is the gate progression, but come on. Come up with some more creative ways Why am I laughing? I know this is the gate progression, but come on. Come up with some more creative ways to have him get gadgets. Why was I laughing at that? So after all of this, guys, what is my final verdict for Batman Arkham Asylum overall? This game is undoubtedly great. The combat in both aspects from melee to stealth is just so fluid and addictive to play. Everything from environment design, character design, music, sound and writing, this game is just stunning.
Wow. What a beaut.
The bosses may fall short compared to the rest of the game, but I think it's really worth it to go through the pain of seeing so many Banes to get to see and feel the horrific atmosphere of Arkham Asylum. Thank you so much for watching, mate. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, why not subscribe to not miss out on the next one. If you want to see more of this game and hear all the little things I found out that I didn't really have a chance to put in the script, you can check out my new series on Twitch called Cutting Room Floor. I stream every Wednesday at 7 PM GMT at twitch.tv/itsjermaine. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for the support, mate. I'll see you in the next one.